passenger is taken to have his bags searched. Officer Hassler wants to know why he has come to the UK.
Just been handed this case. It's a return student on a Pakistani passport. The issue we've got is that he's known to us for having a UK residence permit refused.
The residence permit was an International Graduate Scheme work permit, also known as an IGS. It was refused because his education certificates were from a UK college listed as bogus.
What he's then done, he's then reapplied for a new student residence permit. So the question is, we've got somebody who was studying, who in fact wants to work here, was refused a work permit, but is now then gone and reapplied as a student visa, which is strange to say the least.
The man has just 4 days left on his original student visa. If he's allowed in, he can immediately apply for a new IGS work permit. The application process will give him up to 3 months extra time in the UK, much longer than the 4 days left on his current visa, even if the application is refused.
Okay, we're just going to take you to another area now, okay? Well, I need to do your fingerprints, and also need to take a picture of you as well, yeah? So what I'm going to explain to you, right, you've been held up at the moment. There's insufficient reliable information for me to decide whether to grant you entry, okay? And at the moment, you've given unsatisfactory answers to the questions given by the original officer on the control, okay? Okay, what other documentation have you got here that I can have a look at whilst we're here?
Most foreign travellers on visas bring with them a few supporting documents. This man has brought hundreds.
So you refused?
That was work permit, basically.
IGS, yeah?
IGS, it is.
So I mean, this is an awful lot of documentation, but you do tend to find certain nationalities will carry their documentation with them. Like I said, this is a great deal, so it just makes my job a little bit harder to sit through it all and find what's relevant and what's not. Tell you what, it's more organised than I am.
Among the documents are wage slips from William Hill, Ladbrokes and Asda. A foreign student in Britain can work a maximum of 20 hours a week.
On the control, he did tell the officer that he was working at Asda, so we need to clarify how long he's been working for Asda, because clearly if he's worked one place and then worked 2 places, then the cumulative hours would be in excess of those 20.
He also finds letters from several colleges in Britain, all claiming he is studying with them. Officer Hassler wants to know how he can be in all these places at once.
So we're going to go and interview, and we're just going to ask him about his time as a student, and see what he says, because we've got colleges overlapping, massive, we've got 3 or 4 colleges at any one time that he's supposed to be studying at. So we'll go in there, we'll have a chat and see what he comes up with, and we'll see if you can discuss his course content. Okay, what I'll let you do, just come in here please and sit down there, alright? Are you fit and well to be interviewed?
I'll try my best.
No, I don't want you to try your best. I want you to tell me, are you fit and well to be interviewed? Because I want to ask you some questions, and what I don't want you 5 or 10 minutes saying, oh, I can't answer that because I'm not well. Are you fit and well to be interviewed?
I mean, have I got any option?
Of course you've got an option. I'm asking you a question. Are you fit and well to be interviewed? If you don't feel you're well enough to be interviewed, you tell me, and I'll refer you back to the doctor.
I think I'm fine.
You think you're fine?
The interviewers got off to an uncomfortable start, and the real questions haven't even begun. After the break, Officer Hassler turns up the heat.
All I want to confess is I have done nothing wrong in your country.
Okay, right, let me be the judge if you do nothing wrong, okay?
Colleges.
Why have you come to the UK?
Today,
Yeah, correct.
to study.
Okay, and where?
LSMS,
Which is...
London School of Management Sciences.
How long have you studied there?
Almost 5 years.
So, since your arrival then, you've effectively been studying all your time at London School of Management Sciences. Can you tell me why I have a letter from Empire College dated November 2004 saying that you were a full-time student doing a Bachelor of Science in Physics? So why would they be issuing you a letter if you've never studied there?
No, basically I didn't inform them that I've left the college.
Why would you ask for this letter if you have no intention to be studying there? And please start telling me the truth, because at the moment you're not, and I can tell you're not.
No, that's what I'm telling you, sir.
That's what you're telling me.
I was still enrolled and then college, but I wasn't.
How can you possibly be enrolled in a college that you've never attended?
It's basically, sir, it's a misunderstanding because it wasn't my fault.
I'm getting paid to do this, so you're not wasting my time. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
All I want to say, sir, I'm studying at whatever I've told you under pressure or
Listen, you're not under pressure because I give you ample opportunity at the beginning of this interview, and you chose to say that you were fit well. And I did say, what I don't want you to do is start saying, oh, well, I'm a bit confused. Because your English is fine, it is more than acceptable for me to understand you, and I know that you can understand me.
All I want to confess is I have done nothing wrong in your country.
Okay, right, let me be the judge if you do nothing wrong, okay? What did you apply for in June of last year?
IGS.
And what happened to that?
It was refused.
What letters did you submit? What letters and certificates did you submit?
I did give them the result sheets, the postgraduate diploma in business administration
From where?
from Westminster College of Computing.
Did you study at Westminster College of Computing?
No, sir.
Then how did you get all these certificates? Your best to just answer the truth, okay? Because I know what the truth is, and it's better that you corroborate it. So just answer me the question. How did you get these documents?
A person helped me to make these documents.
So they are false documents.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you working?
Yes, I was.
Where were you working?
Heathrow.
What hours do you work there?
I worked 20 hours there.
And what about William Hill?
I did work in William Hill as well.
So, we started end of December 2006, beginning of 2007 with Asda, okay? And you started William Hill at the same time, okay? And you've worked 20 hours a week for Asda, yeah? And you've worked 20 hours a week for William Hill, yeah? So, how many hours in total did you work?
Roughly 40 hours.
And you still work for Asda and William Hill, yes?
So all I want to say is I'm not breaking any law or anything or harming.
Listen, just a sec. You say you're not breaking a law, right? But what do you think immigration law is? It's not one rule for one person, one rule for another. You are breaking the law. As a student, okay, you're not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week. You're working 40 hours a week. As a student, you're not supposed to pay for fraudulent documents to submit to the UK Home Office to then try and get a work permit to live in the UK. So you tell me where you've not broken the law.
So I didn't mean to break the law. It was just my fault. It was my mistake, sir. If I did it.
Okay. Do you need anything to eat? Food? You okay? Alright. From the very beginning, I mean, you can tell that he was struggling to sort of keep up with what was going on with regard to what his history was or what his purported history was. And we've established that he's gone and purchased these documents that he then submitted to the Home Office, attempting to get a work permit. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a clear refusal. Okay, Mr. Bourgeois? Right, I need to explain to you that you're going to be refused entry into the United Kingdom, okay?
If I go just back and straight away if I apply again, straight away, I'm asking for advice.
If you're asking my honest opinion, if you went back to Pakistan and then you said, so next week you applied for a student visa, I would say it's very highly unlikely that you would be issued with a student visa. My personal opinion.
After a month or so.
Okay.
The man has worked double the hours permitted for a student, and he's submitted false documents to try and get a visa. Yet he still hopes he can come back soon.
This is a massive problem we have now with students. It's what takes up the day is returning students who are ultimately bogus students. They get the residence permit or they get their entry clearance from their country of origin. They come to the UK, don't ever study, get fraudulent documents to show that they have been or claim to be studying, and then it just perpetuates itself. They get their residence permits, they get their extensions, and it's all built on a lie.